Alright, how you doing? Here we go. This would be my second full video. The first one was just an intro. I talked a little bit about my diet. I want to talk about that some more. I want to specifically talk about energy balance. I have been on, like I said before in my last video, I have been on 2 diets since being past 40 where I lost over 30 pounds. The first time I specifically did it using energy balance. Now, what is energy balance? Energy balance diet, I heard about it first from the abs diet. And what the abs diet, the way it was explained to me, and it was in the abs diet article in the page on Men's Health and in the book, and it really didn't say anything much more than that. It just basically said that we expend energy as people during the day, and if we eat less on that particular day than we take in, then we'll lose weight. Okay, so let's give an example. Let's say that I'm a big guy, and, well, I am a big guy. Well, let me just give you an example I did. I ate 2,700 calories a day because my energy expenditure was about 3,500 at that time. So I ate about 500 calories less, or 600 calories less than what I was supposed to do. And I'd eat like 5 and 6 meals. So I would get up in the morning, eat some oatmeal, and I'd say, well, there was 250 calories for the oatmeal, 80 calories for the protein powder, and so many calories for the peanut butter, right? So then I would say, well, let's say, just for an example, that's 400 calories. So then I'd have a snack, and I'd say, well, this is going to be about 300. And then I'd add it up, and by the time I got to the end of the day, I was hoping by the end of the day that I'd have a little left so I could eat a midnight snack. And that's what I did. And I think it was 2,700 or 2,400 or whatever. And I did lose a lot of weight. In fact, one of my friends had some kids, and they ran into me, and after about 3 or 4 months, and they said, hey, are you on crack? You know, because people that go on crack lose a lot of weight. They said, yeah, that I went on crack, that I lost so much weight. I went from like 250 to about 210. And I still worked out. I didn't change my exercise regime. I didn't work out any different. In fact, on both diets, I never really changed any workouts. I've been working out pretty much the same way for years. The same way. It's never changed. My weight went up. I got up to 260 working out the same way I do now. So I think it's good to work out, but I don't really know what it has to do with anything. I think it's important. I think it helped me. Now, so anyway, I had got onto this diet, and I had been successful, and it worked. So I guess if something works, if you're 45 years old and you weigh 250 pounds, and the next thing you know, 5 months later, you weigh 200, and people are complimenting you, and you look great, you feel great, you never missed it, you never missed any sleep, you felt good the whole time, you'd be probably pretty rocked about that. So I did. So about 5 years later, here I am here in San Diego. I was doing pretty much the same way. I put on some weight, and so I decided to get sick of it. So I would kept back and tried it again and tried it some more and tried to get it to work. Still didn't work. So then, as I said in my last video, I found out about this whole why we get fat thing by this Tobbs guy, and he pretty much goes into what this Atkins thing is, and I ate a high protein diet, like I said. Now, let's talk about that. When I started, I weighed about 230, and I was doing the same diet, and I went to all protein, just about almost all protein. Like in the morning, I would get up, and I eat like a spinach, or spinach or lettuce or whatever, something green. I would eat that as a base. I would take tomatoes and onions, and then I would cook a couple of eggs, cook 2 pieces of sausage, and eat that. So that was about 700 calories, a lot of calories. And The thing about this is I was not going to eat till noon, so I'd eat at 6 and go to noon. So that was about 750 calories, so I waited till noon. I would wait till 6 hours to eat. And I never ate during the night. When I went to bed, that was the last meal. I don't care if I didn't sleep a wink from being hungry, I didn't eat. Okay, so that's the first difference in the two diets. In the first diet, I never was hungry, I never suffered. The second diet, I suffered a lot. The first diet wasn't working anymore, so I took the second diet. So, here we go. So I would wait till lunch, and then at lunch, it was the same thing. A green salad, little vegetable on top, meat, hamburger, pork chops, a lot of hamburgers every day. My folks at work would go, hamburger salad, huh? Hamburger salad. On a day when I got paid or I was doing good or I felt good, I would go down to Carl's Jr., our restaurant here, and I would have a hamburger, one of those with lettuce wraps, So I would have that, and that was like a great day. So then I would do that, and then I would wait, and I wouldn't eat any more till I got to supper, and then when I got to supper, I would have something like a fried hamburger with some vegetables. Every once in a while, I might have some yogurt with cream cheese. Because, and I wouldn't get that regular yogurt with all the sugar in it. I would get the yogurt with the Greek stuff that has very few carbs in it and, some protein. And then to balance it out, I put a whole lot of fat in there from the cream cheese. So it was almost like eating ice cream. And I eat that quite a bit. So this time, the weight fell off, but I didn't have any energy. I felt rotten, terrible for 2 weeks. I thought I was going to die. It felt awful. But the weight came off. And then later on, I got more used to it. But the whole time I've been on it for 2 months, I don't sleep as well. I don't feel as good. But my weight has went down. Okay? So, in a way, it's been a net positive because I did lose the weight and I look great. But now I'm wondering, well, I'm about here. Do I want to be like this for the rest of my life? Because I don't sleep as well. So I'm just kind of dealing with that, how I'm going to balance it out. Because even the Atkins diet says here, what do we graduate to next? So I'm not sure. So that's where we're at on that. A couple of things that I want to talk about on that too. I was watching this thing with Ric Flair, the biography of Ric Flair. And it may sound crazy, but he was talking about when he was young and early in his career, the wrestler, he weighed 300 pounds. He got up and he lifted weights to 300 pounds, and then he lost the weight to get in shape. So I thought, hey, that's what I did. That's what the old school guys used to do. They used to get fat and then lose weight. And I realized that on both my diets, especially the first one, I got really strong and I got really big and really fat. Okay? So I had this great big body with a high metabolism, so that helped me in both times. Because this last time, before I went on my diet, I went on this starting strength program where I did a lot of power lifts. I did a lot of squats, I did a lot of deadlifts, I did a lot of benches. My bench went up a lot, went up about 60 pounds. My squat went up about 70 pounds. My deadlift went up about 80 pounds. I got really big, and then I went on the diet. So that happened in both cases. So that was kind of interesting. So I'm still fiddling with this thing. I'm still deciding what I want to do. I really don't miss bread too much. I don't miss sweets. There's nothing really I miss. It's just I don't sleep quite as well as I did. So we're seeing where we're going to go with this. So we're going to report back. That's about 9 minutes. If anybody's still here, you must love me. But hey, take care. Bye-bye.